Hi, welcome to the presentation about ethanol from B-heavy molasses. In this we would see process, economics, advantages and demand prospects of ethanol from B-heavy molasses. First, to begin with, some may be confused by the terms B-heavy, C-heavy and sugarcane juice when we see in the news. So let's first understand the process of how sugar and molasses are produced. Sugarcane is crushed and then juice is extracted from it. Then hot water is applied for maximum extraction and it becomes mixed juice. Later mixed juice will be clarified by sulfitation process by heating. In this process it becomes a syrup. Upon further processing, the syrup is sulfited to certain pH levels and is used in vacuum pan boiling to produce muscat. Muscat means a mixture of sugar crystals and mother liquor after boiling of syrup. After this process, sugar crystals are separate from the mother liquor. The remaining liquor is called heavy molasses. Once again, this heavy molasses is subjected to second boiling to get B-muscat. From there, B-heavy molasses and B-sugar are separated. Again, on boiling B-heavy molasses we get C-muscat. From there C-sugar and C-heavy molasses, or final molasses, is obtained. So in all these stages, we get both sugar and molasses. But along these process the purity of sugar drops as we move from to C, as well as ethanol yield from these three types of molasses. How many liters of ethanol can be got from a ton of sugarcane and different molasses? From sugarcane juice, we can get about 70 to 75 liters. But again it depends on various variety of sugarcane and different climatic regions, similar to how sugar recovery varies with each sugar mill. But currently the hot topic is B-heavy molasses. There is an excellent presentation given by Mr. Narendra Mohan, Director, National Sugar Institute, Kanpur, where a test was conducted in a sugar mill to know the costing and prospects of ethanol. You can take a look at the presentation or pause this presentation to have a detailed look at various aspects of it. As we can see in these test results, the sugar recovery drops and simultaneously molasses yield is increased per ton of cane. Also, the yield from B-heavy molasses is very high compared to C-heavy molasses. To compensate for loss of sugar recovery, government has fixed higher price for such ethanol. The values in the presentation were considered around year 2016. But now government is giving differential pricing for C-heavy molasses based ethanol and B-heavy molasses. And there is substantial price difference of close to ₹9 per liter. Are these prices profitable? Certainly. Because when ethanol price was considered at ₹42 per liter, the break-even sugar price point calculated through B-heavy route was around ₹26.5 per kg, whereas when considered at ₹47.5 per liter, the break-even is close to ₹29 per kg. But now for B-heavy based ethanol, the price is ₹52.4 per liter. And as per these calculations, the ideal sugar equivalent should be ₹32 to 32.5 per kg. Also, if you had seen many industry persons interview, they had mentioned ethanol price should be ideally kept at 1.5 times sugar price. At current price of ₹52.4 per liter, the ideal sugar price in that case works out close to ₹35 per kg. Whereas the average sugar price for 2018 season is roughly ₹31 per kg. So keeping all these factors, efficient mills should substantially divert their sugar production towards ethanol, instead of selling sugar at low price. There are also other benefits for sugar mills by producing ethanol from B-heavy molasses, such as producing higher quality of sugar and better pricing for it as the last C-muscat stage need is reduced. Lower steam consumption and higher power export. Reduction in interest cost due to low sugar stocking. Also, some reports cite higher crushing capacities as the load on pan is reduced due to ethanol production. Future ethanol demand is dependent on petrol consumption growth. Considering a conservative estimate of 7% yearly growth, from here on ethanol demand should increase to 400 crore liters in 3 years' time, from the present tender of 329 crore liters, whereas the current supply in 2018 as per latest reports is only about 164 crore liters. It could also reduce sugar surplus in the country, as 600 liters of ethanol can replace 1 metric ton of sugar, and ethanol from B-heavy molasses could reduce surplus by 3.5 to 4 million tons of sugar in few years' time. Can all sugar mills take advantage of this? Only the richest and fittest can put in new capacities and latest equipments. We can compare this situation to biogas-based cogeneration projects which took off on a large scale several years back. Some cooperatives and debt-loaded mills invested in cheap low-pressure boilers and export only about 25 to 30 units of power per ton of cane crushed, whereas some mills invested in high-pressure boilers and currently export more than 100 to 110 units per ton of cane crushed. Similar to that, only few could maximize the potential of ethanol production from their plants. Thank you.